Hey everybody, welcome to the Banner Saga. So, was planning on playing something else as a bit of filler until October swung around, but recording that turned out to be a real bitch. So we're doing this instead. Of course we were going to do this eventually anyway. Oh, story changes based on the choices? Yeah, sure they do. Oh crap, hope I didn't. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. And I thought the game locked up there, but apparently it didn't.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Sup, fuckers? Animation kind of reminds me of older movies. Kind of like it. Booga 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 blacka blooga herga. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain and Red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surroundings. The old boy's just back there leaning against the thing like, yep. Portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Allies are blue, enemies red. Alright. Movement happens before action. The ring shows your shield banger is activated. Blue tiles around him show where you can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The horned allies of the race of giants, called Varl, take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. Okay. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Target the enemy. Alright. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. Alright. Looks like I can kill him. Strength counts as both health and damage. Loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by break attack. Alright, break armor. Do more damage in the future. The enemy has only 5 strength. The strength attack will kill him. Poke. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown groans that you can use to later improve your characters. Alright. Taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate even if you're outnumbered. So, not necessarily effective to outright kill everybody. Maybe just make them useless. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's high armor. Now it's your Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range, but the character can use willpower to boost their actions. Alright. Click the gold tiles, the character will move farther at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy show how close you'll have to move to be in range. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him unique advantage. Move ability, okay, so ability description appears in the tooltips. The Warhawk's Tempests allow him to slam multiple enemies at once. And then he farted and killed him. And that made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. Now there's only 1 enemy left. Players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. If a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest his turn because it's a tutorial. Looks like the chieftain's in trouble. The shield banger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost damage. Stabby. The foe's lying dead at your feet. Something, something, something.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the threats arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more threats to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Heh. Only the sun has stopped. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric, Steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ooh, but is it? Let's see. It is. Governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. What do you have in mind? Scaffoldings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. 100 days worth of supplies? Alright. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap in the briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. Scafling's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So, when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try to kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Need some help here? Had, I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Had sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everyone thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, huh? Pay him. You toss a sliver of silver on the table, and both men look at you with surprise. Head gestures meekly to the variety of junk from the stall. Take whatever you like. Only thing I'd like in the name of a place. Nobleman up by East Wall? Well, that was months ago, last I know. Head skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. We done here? Yeah. Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look good. Glad you care. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Hod, but he used to be a scafling. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall? Best I can tell. The name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who'd love to put a few of those scowls in the ground. I'm gonna go find him and I'll meet you there. After I'm done here. It's not up to me, my friend. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. And I'll remind him. You arrive at the front of what must be the nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears, a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? You're walking through the front door? They ran into a meat house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scaflings scramble to find their weapons, turning tables and meat steins over in the process. Alright. Let's see. Actually... Light step moves through allies. Shield wall. Return the favor. Heavy impart. What kind of a built stone wall? Blocks damage to strength and armor for 1 round. How much willpower does he have? Oh! 8 out of... +2 due to caravan morale. So... blocks 3 damage per hit. Okay. Troll-a-lol. So what's his special? Gives willpower to allies in range. His exertion is 2. Those guys are kinda useless now. Squishy squash. Oh, you broke my darn armor. Some bitch. Oh! What the f... Wait, what's your... no ability? You don't have a name, you're just called Shield Banger. You guys actually have names. Resisted all that shit. Oh, Raid Master. You don't have a name, so I don't necessarily want you to get any kills. friggin' flailing like a goddamn thing in, one of those dudes in Basic Bitch-Ass Hollow. How many kills has Gunny gotten? I don't know. Yeah. Foes lying dead at your feet. Okay, never mind. Tempered by blood and pain. Gunny got a promotion! There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out of the hall's windows into the bay. A fleet of longship approaches with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well. Wagner. Next to the Varro King ship last we spoke. The other flag? Looks important. Yeah, important guest. See what I deal with all day long. Things make a little more sense. You hope to have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Valgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. He give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals at the docks. A big old boy. Wagner? Familiar Varro steps onto the docks. In your mind you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Gods, you're looking ancient. It comes from being old. And if there's Wagner, there must be Hacken. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks? At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jorundr demands it. I'll take over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returning from Aberrang, in fact. And glad for it. Hacken motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned in red, king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son Luden. Don't you know Scrivener? We visit the capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. A miserable waste of time. Yes, Hacken has it. I'd almost forgot. It's a good thing you're around, Hacken. Then you're going to Grofheim. I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but, let's just be done. Find me tomorrow by the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince's delight is a delight to behold. Where's Moger? Hacken, we have to find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm out to find Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship, brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Luden looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Weariness suddenly settles in and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it's been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hacken or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Hacken! Scrivener! You find Hacken in a mead house, surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hacken weighs you over. Went straight for a flagon? Wagner's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got to the Great Hall, it was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Humans. Guess if I only lived as long as a Yox fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself, too. It's not too late to start trying, Hacken. Hacken let slip a low chuckle. Any Varro could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through Dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Alright, now that I'm drunk as fuck, who are you little shit? Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl, who must be working for Luden. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Luden.
Yes, you're with Wagner? I don't remember you.
Not exactly. I've known Wagner for a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Luden looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react.
Why?
I work for the king. Carry ties to the capital. We crossed by chance.
Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want?
I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit.
Varl historian? Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities.
I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Luden takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both.
A formality, mostly. Wagner came to our capital in Aberang, and now we go to the Varl's capital in Grofheim to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men in Varl.
You sound unconvinced.
There's no need for it. It's damn cold up here.
You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright, and you take the opportunity to excuse yourself from the little bitch's room. At dawn, you're woke by delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised. To your mild surprise, you wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Your guards take up the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner's already there, while a while later, Luden and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Moger steps forward, Wagner's quartermaster. If you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing, and he asks if you're ready to depart. We're ready. You follow Moger and join the others. Usually the smaller doors, set into the gates, would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that they're best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. Summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think. Wait a second. I had 100 days of oh, and then these fat asses joined us. I had 100 days of supplies and a bunch of fat people showed up. Caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Mover, cracking open mead casks, from our gracious friend, the governor of Strahd. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout the camp. Drink a lot. It's not often you get a chance to relax on the road. The odds of something happening to the treasure cart is low, especially in this company, so you take advantage. Right. You rise groggily, the campsite a casualty of merriment. Mogur's already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up. You nudge Wagner. You're needed. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return.
How long to Grofheim?
We're only 2 days on the strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map. This is the map of the world. You can explore it by dragging a mouse and pan and using the wheel to zoom. Location of your caravan is indicated here by Ubin's icon. World map's covered with many locations and holds much lore. You can explore the map at any time. So we're going Anarfeld. Guess we'll be taking the Wanderer's Path here to Eindarholf. Wormtoe, Greyhorn. Oh, there's Grofheim, so doesn't look like we're going up. It's lighting this shit up, so though it seemed like going What? Oh. We head north, then east past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand, going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Ludin.
Why not take the ships to scare him, Mr. What's the point of marching?
Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year and would tear up the longships. Too bad though. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skara instead. So a half-sunken city crawling with dreads, Prince? Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Ludin exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flap as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with a boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off of, too. Ludin's got a shorter wick than Hacken. Thanks, Wagner. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vetterfeld if we're lucky. I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of this shit. This is where you manage your shit. You can tap the camp button if you want to camp. You can upgrade stuff or equip people in a hero tent. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the morale. High morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out characters in a mock battle. And tap leave when you want to get back on the road again. Click a unit to view stats, promote ranks, and learn about abilities. Click on any button to learn about the unit's ability. Character strikes an adjacent enemy for an armor break before hunkering down and boosting his passive ability. Return the favor, to return even more break damage for one turn. By using Bring the Pain, he can create a forward charge that punishes enemies for ganging up against him. And return the favor. Enemies who attack him lose 1 point of armor for each strike. The carrier. 1 point of armor for each strike. Okay, I am reading that right. It sounds weird. Return to favor triggers every time he takes damage from an adjacent enemy, which can make it devastating to hit him with attacks that strike multiple times. He needs 2 kills to get a promotion. Haken's a War Master. Sundering Impact. Character hits even harder than an average warrior, with no chance to miss. He can wreak havoc with an additional +1 strength, also adds 1 break damage to the target, plus bonuses to heavy impact. Sundering Impact is best used when carefully positioned to impact as many enemies around the target as possible in a single strike. Heavy Impact. Character hits so hard that any enemy standing adjacent to his target on a strength attack take 1 strength damage from the shockwave. Hitting a large target like a Varl or Dredge, who takes up 4 tiles, can potentially cause an impact across many more victims than hitting a single tile target such as the Human. Impale. Character skewers the enemy doing normal strength damage before kicking them away, doing knockback and causing them to bleed if they move on their next turn. A target who is bleeding will take 1 strength damage for each tile they move, which can be especially deadly for enemies who are moved against their will. Each kill the character makes encourages allies to fight harder, granting 1 willpower to the unit and any adjacent allies. Okay. And he's a spur boy, so he actually gets a... He can actually do the whole diagonal and 2 steps away shit. Gunny! Character uses his massive fatness to sweep his weapon around himself, hitting multiple adjacent targets, friend or foe, for normal strength damage. Tempest triggers the character's passive ability, Heavy Impact, which in turn can cause a chain reaction of destruction if used in close quarters. Keeping this character out of harm's way until late into the fight will maximize his effectiveness, because I think he doesn't have shit for armor. And he has Heavy Impact. Yeah, he has shit for armor. Promote! Higher stats, increased item rank. Yeah, go Gunny! No, you can... Well, do we want... He doesn't really have all that much willpower. Max out his strength. Oh yeah, and the turn order goes like this. We want him to go... Yeah, we want him to go first because he has the big fat shield. He can walk up there and be like, "Come at me, bro!" No one needs to sleep, so... Where's leave? Ah. Blends in pretty well. Yay.
Winterfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
He preferably probably herding. Bork, bork, bork. My header bug, it's a lot of viral for some missing cattle. What? Couple days back, sent word to Strand about the cattle. Didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself until it sinks in you aren't here on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy's seen men up in the hills carrying them away. Don't know how many men who can hoist a whole cow by himself. Scaffoldings out here, maybe? Could they have Varl working for them? Not from what the governor told me. I'm gonna look around and get camp set up. The peasant spits, his eyes anxiously darting about as the caravan sets up tents. We'll be here no more than a day. There's silver for any food you've got. And for hundreds of Varl? Are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You're thinking of squatting? Not enough room for a couple hunters here. Forget hundreds of... Shut up. Hear that? Where's Luden? It's faint. Sounds like fighting and something else. Hacken takes off at a run. Clicking will automatically make a path, but you can set waypoints. Click once to make a waypoint. Now select the next waypoint. Oh, useful for avoiding certain tiles. Spearmen can attack diagonally. Disgaea rules. Armor blocks. Yeah.
Meh.
It's been deflected and deals no damage. From here on out, you will fail catastrophically if you don't break armor. Damaging both strength and armor is equally important. Good job! You got your ass whooped. A dead Vrl. Let's see. Wait. No. You knocked out the sissy boy. Why did you knock out the sissy boy? Be weaker, ow, bitch! Hey, motherfucker! Bring the pain! Officer, bitch! Uh-oh. Oh, stop hitting my two square boy. This fucking sucks. Oh, you cockknocker. Stop hitting him! Well, let's see. Gotta get rid of the big boy. What? Shenanigans! Shenanigans! I won't, much as I want to. Okay, Hacken's got a promotion. Damn it, Gunny! Fucking focus firing cock knockers. Trying to get yourself killed, Luden? What are you doing?
I was trying to get a shot in between the plates.
You've never seen a dredge before, boy? What kind of idiot? Break their armor first. Where did they come from?
We didn't even see them. They were just there.
Hacken goes to where Wagner lies face down. The future Varro king lies motionless aside from a spreading pool of blood. Wagner's dead. Cut with a keen-edged sword. Bye, Voggy. You fucking croaked your ass off real quick. Hey, it's the guy on the title screen.
Where did that thing come from?
Shh, stay close.
I think it saw us.
I'm pretty sure that little arrow came from one of us. Deployment and Rook and Alette. Wait, oh, fuck it. He can walk through people. And that's it. Pretty. There we go. Puncture. Bonus strength damage when. Oh. How much? She only has... I forgot to boost her armor. How much armor? You only have 1 armor break. Honestly, I really don't want to give you the kill. I want to give Rook the kill. I want to give Papa Rook the kill, because Papa Rook needs level ups. I mean, technically they both need level ups, because they're important to the end game, but... Was that a dredge? Alette looks calm, but you can tell her heart's about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt?
No, I'll be fine.
When the dredge attacked your cart and the ox bolted, it spilled most of your supplies. You can see more dark figures moving through the trees when you glance in that direction.
All that food. That's the last we're going to get before winter. What do we do?
Don't run. Let me think. Think you can handle more of them?
No, Dad. I mean, we're lucky to be alive.
I know. It's okay. Let's get back to Skirburr. No! Supplies represent food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When supplies are gone, people will start to die of starvation. The more people are in the caravan, the faster supplies diminish. You can see how many days of supplies you have left. Da. No! Fuck you! No. We don't... No. You do not... I asked her a question. That question does not mean we're going to leave. Fuck you. I'm reloading that. Got it. Do not ask her any questions. Just be done with it. Just do whatever. The move here, he's gonna... We do not run away from combat. Not in this family, we don't. As they say, don't suck or you're out of the family. Who got the kill for that? Damn it. Damn it, bitch, you stole my kill! Yes, that was Ooga Booga Booga, it was a dredge. No, we're gonna gather those before more dredge appear.
I can see them in the trees.
Are you sure about this? No, we have to try. Be quick. We do not run from Alette calms the ox while you frantically toss the supplies back in the cart. More dredge emerge, but you manage to get the cart moving again before they can close in. The colossal figures slowly recede into the distance. Fuck you! When I ask you a question, you do not run away like a bitch. Bitch. Yeah, supplies represent food and shit. You see how many days you got left. Most towns will have supplies to sell, as well as some fucking items and shit. fucking goddamn running from fucking combat? What is wrong with you? We're up in the frosty fucking asshole of the north. Vikings, motherfucker. You go... When you see a fucking red-eyed rock monster walk out of the fucking woods, you do not run away. You charge that motherfucker swinging your sword and ball sack around. If you don't have a ball sack, you swing your ovaries at him.
What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivor.
We'll find Ivor. Ivor, where you at, you big galoot? Fucking running away from combat. You are a shame to my family. Knoweth the family oath. Don't suck or you're out of the family. If you want a family that just accepts anyone, go down to fucking Louisiana and talk to those Baker fuckers. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Adios.